Good evening. Welcome to the December Wellness Go Live, brought to you by the Minority Health Coalition of the United Way of Anderson County. Now, Wellness Go Live is a virtual conversation with experts who are willing to talk with us and have real conversations about various topics. And perhaps if we're lucky, we'll learn a little something along the way. I'm Juana Slade, and I'm glad you decided to spend some time with us on this cold fall evening. Joining me tonight are members of the Minority Health Coalition. Say hi, everyone. Hi. Hi. You'll meet them shortly. They say no, but yes, you will. Where did the time go? It seems like it was just July 4th, a few days ago. But here we are. Office parties, church socials, Red Cup community celebrations, Christmas movies with fake snow, and a Sunday dinner 3 or 4 times a week during the entire month of December. I feel the 5-pound creep, Thanksgiving to Christmas. Here's a quick fact. The New England Journal of Medicine published a study of adults showing that the average holiday weight gain was about 37 kilograms, or just under a pound. And more than half of the people within the study stayed within a kilogram or 2, or just over 2 pounds, of their weigh-ins. Quote, if you start to push the envelope of Thanksgiving and proceed full green light to every Christmas cookie and cocktail, you will put on the 5 pounds. This is what Lauren Slayton of the New York Journal of Medicine says. But I think the holiday weight gain hysteria has made most people aware, and we're all just being reasonable. Now, this evening, we're going to hear from someone who can help us stay away from that couple of holiday pounds. Joining us tonight, Chef Brandon Rice, owner of Best of Southern Soul. Welcome, Chef Rice.
Thank you.
Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. He says that growing up in the kitchen with his grandmother, he developed a real instinct for food. I guess you could say he could say it was an obsession for him that followed him throughout his entire life. During his years in the United States Air Force, he developed a real passion for experimenting with ingredients and different global flavors. In 2006, he was in Miami, Florida for a tour of duty there, and he studied at Le Cordon Bleu for 1 year. In 2013, he studied at Fayetteville Tech. And in February of 2021, he graduated from Auguste Escoffier with a diploma in culinary arts and operations. He's currently still studying there and will graduate with an associate's degree in culinary arts and nutrition. Food and nutrition are his passion. He says this is a journey, and he's still traveling. Chef Rice, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now, I'm excited about this because two of my favorite things are cooking, and I love to eat different kinds of food. So tonight you're going to take us on kind of a journey.
You definitely will.
So take us on the trip. What are we going to have tonight?
Okay, so tonight what we're going to start off with is we're going to do some roasted butternut squash, also with some tricolor melody carrots and cranberries.
Awesome.
To top it off, on top of that, we'll have some garlic and black truffle lamb chops.
Lamb chops. Okay. That's going to be kind of interesting. So, what are you going to start with? What are you going to cook first? Because that's one of the issues that I have is my prep time and knowing which item goes first.
First thing we're going to start with is the butternut squash.
Okay.
Because that's going to take a longer process time. Got to roast for a while, with 45 minutes in the oven. So we're going to start with that first. Also, another thing I'm going to make tonight is the pan-seared kale. But that's
You didn't say pan-seared collard greens.
No, kale. Unfortunately, we're going a little healthier tonight.
A little healthier.
A little
Okay.
healthier tonight.
Okay.
But that won't take more than about 5-6 minutes.
Okay.
So that'll be the last thing that we make tonight.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
we get started here.
all right, let's get
All right.
started.
First thing I've done, which I already have the oven already preheated to 425. I'm gonna turn on this to like a medium heat here.
Yeah, what's that?
This is olive oil, extra virgin olive oil.
Okay.
So I just go ahead and get this pan warm, and she will be ready for lamb chops when we get there.
Lamb chop. Okay.
Okay, you see I already have some pre-cut up butternut squash already. What I like to do, it's a simple, easy meal, easy cleanup. That's one pan, basically, for all the ingredients. Got your butternut squash you put down in your pan, your carrots.
So we're not going to put anything on the bottom of the pan? Okay.
And then we have some fresh cranberries as well. Throw in here. And with these, since it is the holidays, it will give you the flavors and stuff that you're missing for the holidays. Got your sweetness from the butternut squash. Got your cranberries. You know, people love their cranberry sauce. Got your carrots. So you also have like the give you a feeling of that sweet potato pie that you're missing as well. So as we get them all in there, and coat it a little bit with some olive oil here. Just to keep it from sticking from the pan. After that, do a pinch of black pepper. Small little 1 pinch of salt. Got the lid.
That's my favorite, unfortunately.
It'll be light on that
I
tonight.
know.
And then we have some brown sugar. A pinch of that. As well.
So is brown sugar healthier or?
It's healthier than the white sugar. White sugar processed down to make it that white, so it has to go on a lot more processed support to make the brown versus white. Then it got a little bit of crushed peppers. Depends on how much you like heat, how much you can go with that. I don't do much as far as that goes. And that's how it takes as far as this goes. Get in there with your hands, rub all this together.
One of the mistakes that my husband makes, he often salts his food before he even tastes it. I think he
Yes.
has an addiction to the action of salt.
Yeah.
But I know that it's better to try to find substitutes. Now, have you used Himalayan salt, the pink Himalayan salt?
I have used it before. I prefer the salt of choice for me is really sea salt.
Yes.
Especially with the flavor that it punches with it, and you don't have to use as much.
Yes.
So, go in with a little bit of thyme and rosemary. there we have it, into the oven. About 45 minutes.
So you do that, do you use fresh herbs versus?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm gonna have to remember that because unfortunately, I find myself buying dried herbs versus the fresh.
Okay. Now we're going to go on to the lamb chops. So we're going to focus on minutes.
That's kind of what I'm excited about. Yes, I think we should. I think we should have a little sample of the lamb chops as soon as they get done to make sure this will be okay.
So we'll change the cutting boards out real quick here. We have 4 lamb chops here that we're going to work with tonight to prepare.
This is what I was looking forward to.
Got my pan, which is warming up here.
So tell me about the lamb. I know we had a conversation earlier about the difference between lamb chops and other kinds of meat.
Okay, so during the holidays, people usually eat a lot, more than they normally do on a typical setting. So with lamb, it is a more healthier red meat for you to eat versus beef. And definitely, pork is not a red meat, but we all know about pork. We all grew up on it.
Yes.
So lamb is going to be a way more healthier red meat, and instead of doing the traditional turkey or ham, give you something different to try at home this year for your family.
Okay.
So we can have those out. First thing we're going to do is go ahead and season them up generously with this garlic and black truffle.
So tell me about the truffle. What is that? I always thought that truffle was a type of chocolate, but
That does have a name as far as it goes with truffle. I'm not sure of our history as that goes, but truffle, they make a truffle oil, but it originates from a mushroom.
okay.
And this is just a spice, it's a dry truffle basically. Make sure you get the fat cap as well.
Yeah.
And versus beef, the fat here on the lamb is better for you.
Okay. So far, so good. Now, was there, you got salt, garlic, and the truffle, or
No salt, just
no
garlic,
salt? Okay.
garlic and truffle.
You see, I keep asking about the salt.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah. Two things, staples my grandmother said you have in the kitchen, that's salt and sugar. And unfortunately, I'm kind of liberal with both of them.
So the olive oil is warming up here. It's warming up on okay, just try to clean up a little. And that's another key during the holidays is clean as you go. So at the end you won't have any mess.
Yeah. Because that kitchen can be a mess.
It can. It gets challenging and stressful in here. So as long as you clean as you go, you should be fine. So the key to the lamb chops is I turned this on earlier low. Turn up the heat a little higher now so we can get a nice sear on the outside of the lamb. Olive oil has a pretty good burning chip with it, so it should be able to stand the heat. Put it in there.
It's doing a little,
It's
doing a little something.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes before I put the other ones in, just to make sure it's good. She started?
Yeah. So you all can go ahead and leave and go on home now.
It's in no way.
We're getting to the good part now.
She's starting to do what she needs to do. But you can get it sear going. What I like to do, I like to press the meat down so I touch the bottom of the pan evenly.
What does that do?
That'll give you a nice even sear on the meat. Make sure everything's touched.
So what's the temp that you should have with lamb? I know that more often than not I do medium on beef. Is lamb kind of the same thing?
Yeah, it's about the same.
Yeah.
It just can't carry about the same chip as that goes. I prefer like the medium well, or medium.
Well, I have found that some restaurants, depending on where you go, medium well might be a little
Too much. Yeah. So I'll go with medium. And that's probably what we're going to tonight.
Okay. All right. Now one of the differences between a chef and a cook is that when I need to test the temperature of meat, I'll have to take a knife and cut it to see what it looks like versus what I'm sure you probably know how to do extensively.
Yeah, you can definitely use it. You always have to use it. This is the key.
That is the key. Yeah.
Cut into it.
I know, but it's just being my husband. So it won't matter. He can eat the ugly stuff. Y'all, it smells good. We don't have smell-o-vision, but it just smells lovely. What crowd do I get in this? All the space you need. I know, y'all, doesn't it smell wonderful? Yeah, yeah. And the spices.
One thing that you know when you turn, when it's time to turn your meat, because you can go in there sometimes, when it's like stuff to the bottom of the pan. It's going to release when it's time, when it's ready for you to flip.
Okay. Okay.
It will release when it's time.
Y'all, it's too bad that we don't have like a professional general kitchen so you can see overhead the ingredients are perfectly seared to that side of the meat. It's beautiful. Can you tip the pan just a little bit so they can see? Oh, that is gorgeous. I told you it looked good, y'all. So one of the things that you and I were talking about earlier was around portion control. It's awful. You got something for breakfast, and then you got to go to lunch somewhere, and then somebody's got a Christmas dinner, and you got a thing at the church. What do we do with that?
That's what happens during the holidays. I mean, there's so many functions with food there. Everyone's coming here. You got to come. You might have 3 places to go to in one day.
Yes, today.
Exactly. And when you get there, it's going to be a big spread of food. Of course, we're going to have to try it.
Yeah.
And if we don't, they're going to feel some type of way if you don't eat the food. So the key to it is though, but use moderation. Small portions. I know before they used to say 3 meals per day is a good thing to do. I recommend about 5 or 6, basically. But just small portions of it. So you can still enjoy it. You can enjoy some of the fatty stuff if you need to, if you want to, but just be mindful of it. That's what happens during the holidays. People are not too mindful. So with the lamb, it only takes, I say, probably about 4 to 5 minutes per side, and she should be done. Then we'll take it out and set it to the side and let it rest.
Yeah.
Don't cut it in too fast, but when you cut it into it, you gotta let it rest. Just like you said.
Unless you serve your husband, you will pay up his rest for him.
Right.
Oh, that's pretty.
Take the whole thing out, and obviously the rice resting, so you get a little better.
No, isn't that pretty? No salt. No salt.
Take that out for a minute, put it down. Then you can sit that right there so it can rest.
And if it just went up the throw it in the floor, so it's that. So while we're getting ready for our, so is kale gonna be the next thing?
That's gonna be the next thing.
So while we're getting ready for that, I have found that I've got more and more friends who are vegetarian, if not vegan.
Yes.
Give us your thoughts on holiday diets, particularly when you've got folks around maybe who are vegetarian or vegan. What are some options that we could possibly do when we're entertaining people who may eat a little bit differently than us?
Well, I tell you, a good substitute for me that I have, I use quite often because I do a lot of partnerships, and I do run into some people that are vegetarians or vegans. Cauliflower, is definitely one big good one. And you can cook it just like you cook a steak. I might have a person here that loves steak, and then one person that doesn't. So therefore, it does love it, but with their diet that they have right now, they can't eat it. So a good substitute is cauliflower. You can grill it up just like a steak, season just like you do a steak. And it's a very healthier alternative. There's also a few mushrooms out there that you can use as well to substitute. So them are my 2 go-tos. It's gonna be a mushroom or cauliflower. That's what it is.
Okay. Right.
And like I said earlier, we're trying to do a low cleanup. So the same pan that we seared the lamb chops in, because it has all that flavor down at the bottom of the pan. We don't want to let that go.
No.
Definitely don't want to let that go. So what we're gonna do with that, get it back on the high. First, we're gonna add some garlic in there.
You put the eye back on the medium. Okay. All right. So I got addicted to the Food Network during COVID, and I was trying all kinds of things because there are so many ways that you can cook food items that you're familiar with. But I really did learn a lot. And one of the things that I noticed that you did was taking advantage of the same pan,
Yes.
cooking with the same pan.
Us flavors about it.
Yeah.
And like I said, we are going with kale tonight instead of our typical collard greens that we usually have.
I thought we were going to have collard greens and ham hock and a big piece of cornbread. Oh, that's not this show, is it?
Not this one.
Not this one.
But, collard greens can be healthier than what we typically use, because we typically use, like I said, ham hocks.
Yes.
Me, I use smoked turkey in mine, so that makes it a little bit more healthier. As far as it goes.
Next
Smoked turkey.
wings, or it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Because by the end of it, it's all gonna fall off the bone. You're gonna grab that bone without turkey. After the collard greens, and it's gonna be shredded up turkey throughout your collards, which will give you good flavor. So this is gonna be our substitute for our meat as far as the ham hocks tonight. It's gonna be the flavor from
The lamb chop.
from the lamb chops. We'll go in with the kale.
I find kale a little rough. I can eat it cooked, but I can't eat it raw. So, is there substitute in particular for the oils that you use, or if you were not cooking with a lamb chop juices?
You can just do it with some olive oil still.
Okay.
Yep, just with olive oil. This, like I said, I just want to use those flavors.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do this, looks like a lot of there right now.
But it's not.
It's gonna work down until a little bit of nothing. Then we'll go back in and add some more in there. And then that's when I'll season it. Because you put it in here now, you're gonna look at it like, oh, I need some more seasoning.
Yeah.
You let it get to where it needs to be, and then put your seasoning in. It works better.
You won't have as much.
Exactly. One cup over here, so I can get a little scratch.
Rita. Even that smells good. It's got the aroma from the chops.
Exactly.
What's that?
Top of the pan.
Oh,
That'll make it steam down a little better, faster.
Mm-hmm.
But that is at the time, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have as much time as you want. And see, if we were not doing this for our friends watching the broadcast,
You probably be settling right now.
oh yeah, at home I would just wipe off the cutting board and put it on top of the pan. But we don't want our friends to see us doing that.
Exactly.
We're just not going to will as well tonight.
A little bit of water in here, just for the steam.
Mm-hmm.
And get it going a little bit.
Oh, that smells
And
good.
with that water, once I put that in there, all the stuff that's at the bottom of the pan, that helps release it as well.
Listen a little bit, yeah.
Mhm.
So I noticed that you use the fresh garlic, so I said that you never use the canned, the
I have.
processed,
I do.
processed
It
garlic.
depends on what I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Which way I'm gonna go with it. And who I'm cooking for.
Yeah. I noticed that you lots of utensils and those kinds of things. What kind are these? What kind of pans are those? Are those all plaid or?
These are some just stainless steel pans. I've had them for a few years, but they're
with the better long.
yes, exactly. They're sturdy. They are very dependable pans. But I got these from there's a Wolfgang Puck brand, and they're really good. Typically, well, it depends on what I'm cooking. I like to use cast iron.
I do too.
For a lot.
Yeah. But now with I have several pieces of all plaid, and I like it because it like the Wolfgang Puck pans they release their way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more even.
Yeah, and the release is not as good on the cast iron, of course. And I like bacon in the cast iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And cornbread.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah. I must admit, I put my foot in some dressing for Thanksgiving in my grandmother's cast iron pan.
Can do it. And searing, as far as searing goes, so I brought one tonight, but I'm like, well, I'm gonna use this flavor of the pan, so I know I can do that. So that's why I went ahead and put the stainless steel instead of going with the.
So tell me, I see that you're preparing a lemon.
Yes.
We were talking earlier about using that maybe as a sodium substitute.
That's correct.
Okay.
And with the taste of the kale, because kale does have a somewhat of an awkward taste. It just helps it bring it together and more flavorful for you. That's what you
I'm
need.
glad you said awkward. I didn't say
It does. It does.
So, Chef, while you were finishing the kale out, in your opinion, so that everybody gets a chance to walk home with something, what are the top 5 holiday seasonings that every cook should have in his or her kitchen?
Holiday seasons, top
Yes.
5.
I'm writing them down too.
Number 1 is garlic. I love garlic.
Garlic, yeah.
You definitely gotta have garlic. If you don't have garlic in your kitchen, I don't care if it's fresh or not. You gotta have garlic.
Yeah.
Holidays, another one, another key ingredient. I'm gonna say nutmeg or cinnamon.
Yes. Yes. Or both.
Yeah, nutmeg, cinnamon. I'm gonna throw yours in there.
Okay.
It's the salt.
Yay!
You're gonna use it. It's hard to stay away from it. It is some substitutes out there that you can use for salt that they do sell in grocery stores.
I like Himalayan, but you're right. You got to be a little heavier on it. But I do use sea salt as well.
So those are done.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay, just get the first line lemon juice in there.
So, garlic, nutmeg, cinnamon, salt. One more.
What's another good one for the holidays?
I like soups and stews, so I love cumin.
Yeah, cumin.
Cumin.
Yeah, cumin is good.
But it's not necessarily holiday season. I use that just for stew and soups. So, audience, y'all got any questions? What's your question?
Well, my first question was, I'm going to talk about seasonings first, because I consider myself a cook as well. So, you talked about the seasonings, but what about the flavorings that are good to have, or extracts, emulsions that you need to have in
Flavors, extracts. A lot of flavorings and extracts that I'm familiar with as far as that is more like in baking. I'm not a baker. But seasonings as far as fresh herbs and stuff like that, that can substitute some of the seasonings that you're getting out the grocery store and stuff. You just got to find the taste that you're looking for, and a lot of stuff is plant-based and grown that you can use.
I do vanilla and lemon. Those are the only two flavorings that I have, and then if there's something that I'm cooking that's got orange, want a citrus flavor, I'll do orange sometimes, but most of the time it's just lemon and vanilla. What about you?
Because I order a lot of flavors and extracts for different things. Even I do my own potpourri.
Okay.
And it's based on rosemary, orange, cranberry, and then I do a drop of either lemon or vanilla in it, and it just enhances the flavor. Now, my other question was on temperature. When you're trying to obtain medium well to well, what temperature do you suggest cooking a steak or a piece of protein?
Okay, so I say a piece of steak. I'm going with a mid-high temp. You don't want the outside to cook too fast, but you also want the pan hot enough to get your good sear on it. You know. Sometimes I have went ahead and cooked it on the high temp, get a good sear on both sides of it, finish it off in the oven.
I do that, but I don't do the oven. I do the front pot.
Yeah.
Pork is always difficult for me. What is your take on the bone always staying in the meat versus buying boneless meat?
I like the bone.
I do too.
Bone's gonna give more flavor.
Yeah.
Bone and fat.
Yeah.
That's where flavor comes from. So
So
I
what
like
are you doing now?
we're gonna do a balsamic reduction to go with the lamb chops, a little drizzle for that.
Well, y'all need to start packing up and going home now. Isn't it time to go home?
Nobody had questions for me? Because I can ask about cooking all day.
Oh, right. Yes. But you know, I know that we got several bakers in the room, and there's a skill, there's a difference between baking and cooking.
Yeah.
I can cook, I cannot bake. I've never, back in the day when there was a home economics class, the only B I got in home ec was on biscuits. I could never do anything baking.
Yeah, I don't do a normal pie crust. I do a cream cheese pie.
Once
Oh,
again,
that's fine.
oh, this is what I want to see. This is
So
the
here we're going in with some balsamic vinaigrette. And it cooks. It'll simmer down and pick it up
okay.
to a nice sauce that we can use with your lamb chops.
Yeah, and I'll tell you all about the lamb chops after y'all go home. I'll tell you all about it.
So she take it all of the night.
I think
I have to go back. So,
and I think I'm a cook, but I can't do macaroni and cheese.
oh girl,
I cannot make macaroni and cheese.
And that's one thing I haven't mastered as far as
Yeah,
making that to.
to your satisfaction.
No, I can make it good.
Okay.
I'm saying try to find a way to make that healthy.
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
There's,
There's
I
some
don't
things.
think it's possible.
Yeah, it's not. I agree. I agree.
I don't think it's possible. Let me get a spoon over here.
So while we're waiting, I know we're not supposed to be talking about unhealthy. Tell me about how many cheeses you put in mac and cheese.
What you do for? I do a Kobe Jack.
Yeah, this is not what we're supposed to be talking about. But we understand, right? Kobe Jack and cheddar.
I do a cheddar, a sharp
Okay.
cheddar. I like to do Gouda sometime. It just depends on what I'm cooking for, what's the occasion, or what's going with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like for some good barbecue or something, put that good smoked Gouda in there. Oh man, it's gonna get it. And then I'll use I use the short and the mild as far as cheddar goes. So here we're gonna add in a little brown sugar.
This looks fabulous too, y'all.
Just let that go. And it's thicken up as you go. to go over and check on.
Our vegetables.
Yes. So she'll be in that way.
I don't hear any of y'all rattling keys and getting purses and things like that.
We're not even.
So it's been great to have. Oh my.
Okay, so come out. Rose, the colors are beautiful. Reminds you of the holidays, right?
Yeah, yeah, it does.
So next thing we're doing here is some flavor.
You all got the presentation and the cleaning as you go.
I am. You gotta do it. We're gonna sit that there for a second. Give me some gloves. Turn it down a little bit more. Y'all get hungry?
Yes. All together now.
Yes.
That drizzle has reduced perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
You might know what you're doing.
A little bit. Take the stick skills out the candy, man. Just aroma from the thyme and the rosemary. So that's my last one. I'm gonna say rosemary.
Okay, rosemary.
Yep.
All right. You can't have rosemary without thyme.
That's true.
So, y'all, garlic, nutmeg, cinnamon, salt, rosemary, and thyme. And the bakers in the room, vanilla
Cinnamon.
and lemon.
Yes.
Lemon, yeah.
Cinnamon is.
Cinnamon, yeah, cinnamon needs to stay. Yeah. Oh my.
Chops.
Isn't that pretty?
Place. And it's here.
Oh my. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, we gotta get pictures of this, y'all. Because everybody who didn't come tonight is gonna miss a treat for real, for real.
Just put it in the plate a little bit.
And play the Christmas music. And we'll all be ready, isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
Chef, that is gorgeous. So, y'all come on up and join me in, come along, get up, get up. Get there. Come along. So y'all join me in thanking Chef Wright. We hope that these 6 sessions have meant something to you, that you've gotten a little bit out of spending some time with Wellness Go Live. We look forward to being back again next year. Don't know what our topics are going to be, but we do want to tell you this. We do wish you all a very Merry Christmas.